Evil Dead moves to the big city. All the best movie villains relocate there eventually. Ghostface, Jason, the Predator, the Muppets. The setting may have changed from a creepy cabin, but the story remains the same. A group uncovers a Necronomicon and accidentally unleash an ancient evil force, leading to possessions, shotguns, and chainsaws. Like Vin Diesel pointed out in his review of Evil Dead Rise, this one's about family. The 2013 film had a thread of mummy issues, but in Rise, that thread twists around your every limb, contorting you to kingdom come. Thematically, this is a strong film. Motherhood and the anxieties surrounding it are played to great effect, as well as the horror of having a very disturbed mum trying to cut off your face. Yes, Alyssa Sutherland's Ellie instantly stands alongside the worst of cinema's mothers. She's creepily loitering somewhere between Margaret White and that button-eyed bitch from Coraline. She admitted her performance was inspired by Jim Carrey in The Mask, but she's morphed that inspiration into something truly horrifying, displaying some incredible body language and an unforgettable grimace. I only lament that at no point in Evil Dead Rise does Ellie tribute Cuban Pete, the king of the rumba beat. Despite that, Ellie is already one of the Deadite highlights of the entire Evil Dead series so far. The movie is solid, and mostly delivers the chaos and carnage you're seeking from this franchise. That said, it's not without its issues. There are two things I look for in an Evil Dead film: dark, campy humour, and over-the-top gore. There is a pinch of humour, and it made me chuckle a handful of times, but I felt it lacked some of the campiness I was hoping for. On the other side of things, there's enough gore to justify the 18 age rating, but the ending aside, it didn't go far enough for me. Maybe I'm finally desensitized, but it didn't seem as extreme or raw as the 2013 film, nor as outrageous as Raimi's originals. There's also a couple of reused gags: the showering of blood, the accidental swallowing of a removed eyeball. You've got the insane Evil Dead sandbox to play in, keep showing us something new. I was avoiding the trailers and whatnot, but I still kept hearing about that cheese grater. It was hyped to hell and back. Who the hell was hell and back? It appeared as a little emoji on Twitter. Little cheese graters were given out at the premieres, but in the finished film, it's not really the focal point of its scene, merely part of the build-up. Now, that's not the movie's fault, but another victim of hype. Made me real hungry for some parmesan though. Evil Dead Rise's biggest problem to me is the wraparound story that's barely connected to the main family plot. It provides the movie with a potentially attention-grabbing hook, and offers a closing button too. And while it opens the movie with a funny joke and includes an amusingly dramatic title reveal, the cons greatly outweigh the pros. The film is otherwise very claustrophobic and as tight as a nun. Featuring this other story minimises that. It also makes the later violence less exciting. By the time we get to Ellie's possession, we've already been satiated with decapitations and other madness. Worst of all, the main story ends on a very satisfying, yet deeply tragic note, which is totally ruined by the addition of this extra, very limp scare. Again rehashing beats from Raimi. But the wraparound shit aside, those are all minor quibbles. It's fast-paced, violent, fun, occasionally gross, with a surprisingly good set of performances. The Evil Dead films remain a very consistent franchise. As far as I'm concerned, they are now 5 for 5. Okay, that's the review finished. Let's go see if my bread is done. Oh shit. Here we go again.